Attention, all curious minds, innovators, and trendsetters. It's time to pause, lean in, and get ready for an extraordinary journey as we dive deep into the fascinating realms of life, technology, entertainment, and business. Let's explore, learn, and grow together. Brace yourselves, for the next thrilling episodes of Hipther Talks is about to take off. Counting down from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And here we go.
Hi everyone, Zoltan here. We're back again with Hipther Talks, and we are sticking to the blockchain subject this week again. I have the pleasure of having with me Sota Watanabe, CEO at Astar Network. Hi, Sota. And James Vo, founder of Digital Finance Group. So, guys, today we're going to talk about decoding the blockchain ventures, VC insights, security enhancements, and probably the road to 2024. So let's start with you, Sota. Give a short introduction about yourself and maybe say a few words about Astar Network. And James, you do the same thing afterwards.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you very much for having me today. My name is Sota Watanabe, founder of Astar Network and the CEO at Started Lab. Astar is recognized as the leading layer one blockchain project in Japan, and the largest project in Japan. We became the Polkadot parachain back in 2021, I guess. And we are now the biggest project in Polkadot ecosystem. And James is our backer. And we're gonna launch Ethereum layer 2 called Astar ZK EVM, powered by Polygon ZK rollup. So we are really excited to enter the Ethereum ecosystem as well. And also, I am a CEO at Started Lab. Started Lab recently received a seed fund from Sony and created a joint venture together. And we are going to create Sony blockchain together. So super excited to be here and share my experience, knowledge, and so on.
All right, James.
Yeah, thank you. Hello, everyone. And this is James, founder and CEO of DFG. So I've been a crypto investor for a decade, basically. I started buying Bitcoin back to 2014, and then I started DFG back to 2015. So it's slightly different than other crypto VC because we are totally self-funded, so there's no auxiliary. So we're able to grow DFG from a relatively small company to relatively big company right now. So we're very focused on doing investment in the crypto space. So we invest in a bunch of equity deal first, like, Circle, Brave, Bezos, bunch of equity deal, because in 2015, 2016, it's pretty early stage. And in start from 2017, we invest into, because we missed a lot of good opportunity to invest in different ICOs. So we start to really fix our problem and try to invest into the layer one protocol stuff from there in 2018, 2019. So we invest in Polkadot, Solana, and a few others. And during the last quarter, and we also deploying our capital, in really, a decent project like Astar, like the others. So overall speaking, we have more than 100 different portfolio in our firm, and we manage somewhere close to $2 billion. There's another fund I call start with my partner Joanna, called J Squared, but that's also self-funded by two of us. But that's a much like a early stage fund with more than 50 different portfolios so far. That fund is much newer, much smaller. So it's starting 2021 and managed somewhere between $150 million so far. So that's basically us.
All right, thank you so much. So Sota, let's start with you then. Maybe if you like to say more detail about Astar Network than you did in your introduction, maybe say more about how you guys, what are you exactly doing? And maybe say a few words about your recent partnership with Polygon.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Sure. Astar is the multi-chain smart contract hub that supports Ethereum virtual machine environment and also WebAssembly. And Astar has some technical features such as double staking, multi-virtual machine, and multi-chain, Polkadot, Ethereum, and so on. And probably one of the largest feature we have is double staking. Another word, build to earn concept. So right now, the most important people in a blockchain ecosystem is always developer, but they are paying token to develop something on the top of the blockchain, like dApps or infrastructure. They needed to they needed to pay the gas fee. And we changed the incentive a little bit because developer is the most fundamental resource, the most important people. So we distribute basic income from block rewards to developers. So by making application on the top of Astar, by making infrastructure on the top of Astar, these kind of the developer can get basic income from block rewards. So this is the killer feature we have. And a lot of the project focus on DeFi or NFT and so on, but we really focus on real use case because I believe that blockchain is going to be used by general people, just like internet of today, right? Today, general people does not care about TCP/IP protocol, HTTP protocol, and other protocol, and people interact with blockchain internet without knowing the protocol. But it's convenient. That's good. But when it comes to blockchain, the biggest question we need to ask by ourselves is which blockchain to use. We don't care much. We don't care this application is built on AWS, Azure, Google Cloud. We don't care. It's convenient. That's it. But in terms of the blockchain, we needed to implement a lot of the multi-chain protocol that connect blockchains. And also we needed to improve a lot of the usability. So we are focusing on real use cases, such as collaboration with the train company, collaboration with snack company, collaboration with the electronic goods company and car company and so on. So we would like to make the blockchain that is used by general people in their normal lives.
All right.
Yeah,
So
and
maybe
also regarding the
partnership with
Polygon. Sorry for the long talk. Yeah, regarding the Polygon. I spoke with Sandeep, founder of Polygon, months ago, and we completely align with the mission and what we would like to do. And both of us would like to make the mass adoption of the blockchain, and that's why we collaborate with Polygon. And I think ZK and the Ethereum layer 2 are the hottest topic right now. So we have to deploy Ethereum layer 2 with strong narrative. So we would like to start from Asia and beyond and focusing on real use cases.
All right. Thank you so much. So James, let's talk from the VC perspective. So why did you decide to invest in a project like Astar Network?
Yeah, sure. Great question. I think on VC perspective, from a VC perspective, you have a lot of choice, right? There's all kind of different projects in the industry, and there's all kind of people telling different narrative, telling different product. I think for us, the most important quality is definitely the people. So when I talked to Sota a couple of years ago, I really can feel he's passionate about our startup project itself. This is extremely rare because I feel like maybe 95% of people are here for the industry just because I think this is an easy place for them to make money. And this is, the easiest place to tell a narrative instead of building a product. Sota is really the guy who being super passionate into his project and really do things down to earth, right? You can see all the progress Astar has been made in the past few years, start from a really small project and become pretty big right now. I'm pretty sure it will become bigger in the future. And this is really the most important criteria we're looking for. And plus that, it's not about Sota himself, it's also about his team, right? I know a couple of folks like in Sota's team, about Martin, Shren, and a few other guys. They are all super. I can see, these guys have a mentality which is, I just keep working and keep building and finding the problem of the network of the industry and try to fix that. So if you continuously doing that for 2-3 months, maybe there's no reward. But if you continuously doing that for 2-3 years, there will be reward, right? As you can see, I mean, Astar is not the largest project in the Polkadot ecosystem from the beginning. It's probably top 3, but definitely not the largest. Right now, it's clearly the largest project in the Polkadot ecosystem, and it will be more than that, right, in the future. So that's how we evaluating, because people can always tell very fancy things, but really feeling this guy really can be very focused on his project and passionate about it and really do things and make things work is really the most important thing. And for us, we invest in the seed round of Astar, we invest in the strategic round of Astar, we invest in the core loan of Astar, we buy Astar token on the secondary market, and even 5 minutes before this podcast, buying some Astar tokens. So our strategy is really betting on the right people in this industry. I think that's definitely the right approach. It sounds like pretty easy, but if you insist on doing that, you as a VC, you will get a reward.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, thank you very much for a great supporter for Astar. And James is one of the best investors I have ever met. And a lot of the people, I mean, builders and the investor overestimate trend. But the most important thing is the commitments and the relentless efforts. This makes a huge difference. And I think our team is very good at improvements and the commitments. And one of the reasons is the culture of the company. In the Web3 space, a lot of the people are working from everywhere across the globe. So the culture is the most important thing. But at the same time, it is very hard to maintain because it is extremely hard to work from the same place. So we hire people based from their motivation and the passion. And that's why our culture is always aligned. We don't have any people who just pursue money or personal dream and so on. We don't care. We are here to make the mass adoption of the Web3. So this is the things we are really passionate about.
All right. So Sota, please explain and can you elaborate on how the new ZK-EVM deployment enhances security, because you're the product owner here.
Yeah, Astar ZK-EVM is the one of the first Ethereum layer 2, which is built with Polygon CDK chain development kit. In the great things of the ZK is we are solving a scalability issue with privacy. So by using Polygon CDK in the future, we can use other Polygon layer 2's liquidity in our ecosystem and vice versa. There are two types of the future. One future is Ethereum is going to take on. And the second future is a lot of the blockchain is going to create their own world and going to be connected and multi-chain. And in both narrative, I think it is extremely hard to have all transactions at the one place. So sharding-ish architecture will be needed. And Polkadot is taking sharding-ish approach. A lot of the blockchain will be connected through Polkadot relay chain. And Polygon is going to take the same approach in Polkadot Ethereum ecosystem. A lot of the layer 2 will be connected, and the Polygon is making a value layer on the top of Ethereum. So right now, I think Ethereum is getting bigger and bigger, and still the second largest blockchain in the world. So we needed to take the strong presence in the Ethereum ecosystem to survive, to be even bigger. And then we are going to make our own narrative after taking the position in the Ethereum ecosystem. So let's say, backed by Asia, or maybe, layer 3 or unified liquidity and so on.
All right. So my next question is for James. As you guys both mentioned, that the Astar network operates on Polkadot. So, James, as a firm actively involved in the ecosystem, what do you see as the main advantages of operating on Polkadot? And do you see them for other portfolio companies operating in it as well?
Yeah, sure. So Happy to answer this question. I think I think that the initial vision of Polkadot is to make a lot of sense so far. Although the industry changed a lot. Of course, Sota mentioned a little bit, right? So whether we have one single large chain which is Ethereum going to dominate everything and everyone building on Ethereum, or we have a multi-chain future, right? So far, I think it's clear to me in basically all the industry, not crypto industry, it just cannot be one single giant player dominating industry for forever, right? So it has to be a multi-chain. Well, that makes a lot more sense, and that fit into the even the initial vision of crypto itself is decentralization, right? There has to be multi-chain future, right? So this is something makes sense, and also the data supporting this, right? If you just taking a look at the DeFi have around $46 billion TVL. It change every day, but it shouldn't have somewhere between it shouldn't definitely dominate the market, but they have somewhere between 55%, but which means you still have 45% of the TVL elsewhere, right? About the NFT and others, that's still probably similar, different number, but still, I mean, Solana, Polygon don't still have NFT market, which is pretty big. So I guess, since if we agree on this, we will have a multi-chain future, then the problem is become clear as how to really solve the interoperability problem, right? So of course, let's still taking DeFi as an example. You have 45% of the liquidity, elsewhere, but has been very isolated in different layer one protocol. Then you actually, it doesn't make a lot of sense if these things are isolated, right? If you make everything combine and connect with each other, then you have providing much more efficiency. I mean, right? So this already makes sense. So this is actually the biggest problem about multi-chain world is how to make things connected. There's a few ways. I mean, the easiest way is definitely the bridge, right? But you can see that with all the drama of multi-chain, all the drama of all these kind of bridge has been hacked. I mean, it's really. I mean, I feel like it's really hard to continuing working on a bridge, make it like 100% safe. People can swap the assets through different chain, right? So this is actually the biggest issue about a chain bridge, solution. The others you have, of course, like OMI chain protocols, like layer 0, like Zeta chain, like a few others, but I feel like that's still early. Let's see whether that works or not. And the other much more mature solution is Cosmos IBC or Polkadot XEM. The problem for these two, I mean, I'm saying the main problem for these two solutions is I feel like the solution itself is great. I mean, the tech framework is great. The problem is the ecosystem is too small. You are not connecting, Polkadot inside the Polkadot ecosystem, you have different layer one pair chains can connect with each other, but it's still a small ecosystem. You are not interact with Cosmos, you are not interact with Ethereum, right? If people building on that and on that part, make sure all the layer one protocols, like the mainstream ones, can connect with the Polkadot ecosystem. That's going to solve the problem. So same for Cosmos. Cosmos also, have still, the ecosystem compared to Ethereum or Solana are still very small. So I think that's the problem, is to make sure, these two ecosystems become bigger. I mean, from the technical perspective, the solution about IBC and XEM is probably the best solution so far.
All right. So what advice or recommendation would you give for new startups that are considering building their product on Polygon? James.
Yeah, sure. I think two perspectives. The first is about, if they build the app, on Polygon, they have to make sure this is be very friendly to their users. Otherwise, it doesn't make any sense. If the user is very difficult to use, it doesn't make any sense. And based on what the TPS number is few thousand TPS, Polygon is much faster. And the fees, if you calculate the transaction fee on Ethereum, it's, it depends on different period, right? But still very, high for small investors. But for Polygon, it's what, like 2-3 cents. So it's we're still probably $2-3, a few dollars. I mean, when the network's not crowded, it's still a big difference between these two. I mean, it doesn't matter for institutional investors like us, but it does matter for the apps because they have a lot of retail users. The other things is more about the application itself, of course, because of all the innovative API and SDK make DeFi super easy to deploy. We can see a lot of mainstream DeFi protocol like Uniswap, 1inch, Curve, Sushi Swap, and build on top of the the Polygon ecosystem, which is great. I mean, just on a tech perspective, right now they also have CKEVM. I mean, it's just pretty easy for the project to deploy on top of that. So that's I think the second important reasons on the project itself. It's easy to work with the Polygon team. And the third, I feel all these kind of I talked to Enrock. I didn't know Sandeep very well, but I able to talk to a few folks in the Polygon team. I feel these guys are very responsive and pretty, do things pretty quickly. I think that's another part I like the Polygon team is really, cause if it's a newcomer to the crypto want to build a project, whoever talked to this guy first is probably getting a chance to bring him or her on board, right? So I think if you've been really responsive and help the project a lot, that would be a very, very important edge for your protocol. So I think Polygon also doing pretty well on that part.
All right. So as a final question for you guys, for both of you, is like, can you share what is your expectation for the crypto industry and where we are heading in 2023? Sorry, we're ending 2023 right now. So Sota.
Yeah. So far we have been circulating crypto inside of the crypto industry. So
yeah,
aggressively speaking, the crypto and the Web3 was for the kick and is for the kick right now. But in 2024, a lot of the large institutional venture capital or the companies are going to join crypto, and regulation is getting mature and mature in the US, in Japan, in Hong Kong, and so on. So I expect more traditional players are going to join the crypto and Web3, and which is good because we needed to make our market bigger first to be sustainable. And the probably this is not the future the Satoshi originally imagined.
Yeah.
But to make the world where general people are using crypto or Web3, I think this is the necessary step. And as an entrepreneur, we saw a lot of the bad examples in front of us. I don't name them, but we needed to be realistic, and we needed to align with a large corporation or even the government to make the mass adoption. Because without making mass adoption, the crypto is still a very small industry, and which is not going to be utilized without alignment. So as a founder of the Astar, I would like to be realistic, and I would like to keep building and do my best to make the mass adoption.
All right. James?
Yeah, thanks for the question. I think from me, there's a few perspectives, right? First, on the capital side, I also mentioned about regulation. I think the Bitcoin ETF is really big. It's really big for the crypto industry, because it's not being approved yet, but everyone expects this will be approved. And let's say if it gets approved, I think estimation is about $70 billion coming into place if you go to the Bitcoin ETF. And then if you eliminate the Grayscale ETF right now, it's probably $20 billion, still $50 billion more to come into the Bitcoin ETF. This is not a small number compared to the whole crypto industry right now. And this is only the direct number, right? And because of the regulation become much clearly Bitcoin ETF getting support. Institutional will probably invest through the Bitcoin ETF, but there's tons of other, capitals, fund or others start to deploying at least part of their asset into Bitcoin directly, maybe, right? That's also going to help a lot, for the industry. And right after Bitcoin ETF, it's probably a Ethereum ETF, right? So it will be, much more to come. So on the capital side, we see this very, in a very positive way. And plus, I mean, on the overall crypto, economy, economic environment, we will see, at least Federal Reserve stop adding the interest rate, right? So we can see, and my prediction, I don't think US will maintain high interest for a very long time. So, I mean, probably later next year or whatever that timeline is, but there's some, point, Federal Reserve is going to decrease the interest rate. So this is going to be very healthy also on the capital perspective about people not just owning the interest for holding the US dollar, but deploying their capital into different assets. So crypto will have a much bright future. I mean, start from next year. That's my prediction, but everyone should do their own research about about the industry itself. I mean, we can see the I think one clear thing I want to see is interesting become much more complicated, because in 2017 I can easily explain what is crypto to my schoolmate probably in like 10 minutes, right? It's about Bitcoin, Ether, and ICOs. It's pretty easy. But for last ballroom, if one schoolmate asks me what is crypto, then I have to spend at least probably 2 hours to explain. You have so many, on layer ones that you have to explain, like not only Ethereum, right? You have Polkadot, Solana, there's Cosmos, Avalanche, all these kind of layer one protocol. Then you have all these kind of DApps, all these kind of applications, right? DeFi, NFT, Metaverse, GameFi, all these kind of things. I suppose, if we have a next bull market, the industry become much more complicated. So for me, I'm not even able to kind of knowing every part of it, and I'm not even able to explain the whole industry in a very detailed way to my schoolmate maybe. So this is my expectation. So which means like on the infrastructure side is become more comprehensive and much better. And on the application side, we will see more product coming to place. Not only the product we are talking right now, but also much more adoptions. I thought I mentioned massive adoption in all these kind of different sectors, different applications. So that's what I'm expect to see. Probably start from next year, we will see at least probably some symbol or signal of it.
All right, so it seems that this is the right path, and it's a good time to be alive, as we are witnessing a new generation with the crypto industry growing up finally. Thank you for your time, guys. This has been really informative, and we are wishing you all the best with the projects and the investments. And let's catch up next year as well at the end, so to see what happened. All right. So
yeah, thank you very much for having me.
Okay, so thank you guys. Have a lovely day ahead. Take good care.
Thank you everyone. Bye-bye.
And that's a wrap for this section of Hipther Talks. Thank you for being a part of our journey today. Don't forget to tune in next week for more insights and discussions. Stay connected with us on Spotify, YouTube, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, and more. Until then, keep exploring and keep growing. We'll see you next time.